Years and years ago, before the whole "would you love me if I was a worm" meme, I had a dream where I had been cursed and turned into a coyote. When I woke up, I asked my husband if he would still love me if I was cursed to be a coyote, and he said no. So after many years of trying to live that down, it was really funny when the whole worm thing eventually became a meme and he had to deal with that all the time. And he has tried so hard to make up for it and to take it back and to clarify what he really meant was, but you know, there's no going back from that. And that is the dedication in my newest book, which is in fact based on the premise, would you still love me if I was a worm? I'm so excited. Today is release day for my newest book. If you are new to my channel, my name is 𝗵𝗲𝗀𝗄𝗏. I am a multi-award winning author of fantasy. I write romantic fantasy and epic fantasy, and sometimes romantic epic fantasy. But this book is my very first fairy tale retelling. I enjoy fairy tales a lot, but the ones that I enjoy the most are never the ones that get made into fairy tale retelling books. So for this story, I built it off the framework of the story 𝗄𝗏 and 𝗄𝗏, and it doesn't seem to be very well known, but I really felt like the premise of that story lent itself well to would you still love me if I was a worm? So The Witch and the Worm comes out today, and it is so much fun. It was an interesting challenge to write because the nature of the fairy tale requires the main characters to spend a lot of time apart, and I wanted it to be a romantic fairy tale because the original was, but it was really tough to try to write a romantic story, a story about this really powerful, endearing, and sacrificial love, and have the characters spend very little time together. But I was really happy with the end result, and I'm really excited to be sending this out into the world. I have a bunch of paperback copies here that were pre-ordered as signed copies, and that's just a few off my stack here, but I'm going to be signing those today and shipping them out, and then I have hardcovers coming for the people who ordered hardcovers, and all of these are now available on Amazon, and it's also in Kindle Unlimited if you happen to be a KU reader. I think the hardest part of writing this book for me was forging a connection with the heroine. And I was really fortunate that one of my beta readers caught early on that the problem was that I was not putting enough of myself and my own heart into the character. And she suggested that she needed something more to help me forge a connection with her. So the thing that I chose to use was giving the character joint hypermobility, which is something that I personally struggle with, and it actually makes writing a lot harder for me because, you know, a lot of repetitive stress on my joints can really cause a lot of pain, and that was something that really helped ground the character for me, and it was much smoother going after that. I did all of the cover design myself. The hardcover and the paperback are the same, well, at least the dust jacket of the hardcover is the same, but underneath it has a very different design, which might give you a little taste of what happens in the story. And then on the back are some of the other characters. So even though the book kind of sprang forth from when I was showing my husband some memes and giving him a hard time again about how he wouldn't love me if I was a coyote, that's not to say that it is a silly book. I wrote it to be, you know, a serious story, and I've been really blessed that a lot of my ARC readers have really enjoyed it. I'll give you a little peek inside here. There's the title page, and there is the dedication. Hopefully you can read that. If not, it says, "For all the girls with men like mine who years ago told me he wouldn't love me if I was a coyote." And then there's the chapters inside, and the hardcover and the paperback both have the black chapter first pages there. I was really happy with how that turned out. As much as I would like to sit and talk about the books more, I have copies that I need to sign and wrap and ship out today so that the eager readers can get them. But I will take just a second to read the description on the back because honestly, I feel like this is the hardest part of every book, is distilling it down to something that fits on the back. Adalind has spent her entire life dreaming of marrying Bastian, the prince she helped save when she was just a child. But when tragedy strikes and Bastian's brother is slain, he is thrust into the role of heir to the throne, shattering any hope of a union with a simple peasant girl like Adalind. Now his hand has been promised to the daughter of a powerful witch, and in exchange the witch promises to destroy the dragon that took his brother's life. Unwilling to abandon his love for Adalind, Bastian rejects the witch's daughter, and as punishment is transformed into a worm. Now, to save her homeland and rescue the prince from his curse, Adalind must embark on a perilous quest at the witch's behest, uncover the secrets behind the dragon's rampage, and face the threat of the ultimate sacrifice to prove her unwavering love. The Witch and the Worm is a sweet, no-spice retelling of the fairy tale Jorinda and Joringel, a romantic fantasy that weaves a heartwarming story of courage, sacrifice, and the enduring power of love. So that's it. Happy release day to The Witch and the Worm. This is the second book that I have released this year. It was something different and really fun for me to experiment with, and I hope people enjoy it, because I think I would kind of like to revisit the start of my fairy tale universe that I've started here. And of course, if you're a fairy tale reader, I would love to know what you think. Next up, I'm going to be working on the next book in my epic fantasy series Spectrum Legacy, and I expect that one is going to take a lot longer to get together than this one did. But I'll be taking you along on that journey. I'm excited to share it with you. I've been really excited to work on that book, but it's nice to let this one have its moment. That's it. Happy book birthday to The Witch and the Worm, and I will see you next time.